In a quiet, unassuming town, there was a chilling urban legend about a cursed mirror hidden away in an old antique shop. The mirror, known as the shadow glass, was said to reveal the darkest desires of anyone who gazed into it, trapping their soul within its cold, reflective surface. Years ago, the mirror had belonged to a renowned family, the Mortons, who were respected and well-loved in the community. But one night, they vanished without a trace, leaving behind only the mirror in their otherwise empty home. The house was eventually sold off, and the mirror ended up in the dusty backroom of the antique shop, forgotten by most. One evening, a group of friends, intrigued by the legend, decided to visit the shop. Among them was Emily, a curious and skeptical young woman who didn't believe in curses. They persuaded the reluctant shopkeeper to let them see the infamous mirror, and after much hesitation, he led them to the back room. The mirror was old, with a dark wooden frame intricately carved with strange symbols. Its surface was dull, covered in a thin layer of dust. Emily, always the skeptic, stepped forward and wiped the dust away, revealing the glass beneath. She stared into the mirror, expecting nothing more than her own reflection. At first, nothing happened, but as Emily turned to leave, she noticed something in the corner of her eye, a shadowy figure in the reflection, standing just behind her. She spun around, but there was no one there. The figure, however, remained in the mirror, its eyes locking with Emily's. A chill ran down her spine as the shadow in the mirror began to move, independent of her own reflection. It grinned, a wide, unnerving smile that sent waves of fear crashing through her. Emily tried to pull her gaze away, but she couldn't. It was as if the mirror held her captive. The room grew colder, and the lights flickered. The mirror began to pulse with a dark, eerie energy, and the shadow in the reflection grew larger, more defined. It reached out, its hand pressing against the inside of the glass, stretching as if it was trying to escape. Before Emily could scream, the shadow's hand broke through the surface of the mirror. Its cold, solid grip latched onto her wrist, pulling her toward the glass. Her friends watched in horror, unable to move, as Emily was dragged into the mirror. Her terrified scream echoed through the room as her reflection vanished, leaving the mirror's surface smooth and calm once more. The shopkeeper, pale and trembling, hurried the group out of the shop, locking the door behind them. But as they glanced back, they saw their reflections in the shop window, each one distorted, darkened, and filled with a creeping shadow. The cursed mirror was left untouched in the shop, its surface still and silent, waiting for the next curious soul to gaze into its depths. The town soon forgot about the legend, the story fading into a whispered cautionary tale. But those who looked closely could sometimes see a shadowy figure in their reflections, a lingering reminder of the horror that lurked just beneath the surface of the shadow glass.